What's that?
When you're, shut up. No, when you're,
Let the guy finish the answer before we start asking him more.
They're wasting.
Oh, God, I'll fix that next week, guys. Don't you worry. Welcome to the most evil show on earth. Actually, welcome to the weirdest week of the NFL season, Week 13. It's Thanksgiving week. We have 3 games on Thursday, 1 game on Friday, a bunch of games Sunday, and of course Monday. The only thing that is certain is the curse wheel is back in the win column. Sorry, Panthers fans. Now, I'll spin the curse wheel at the end of the show to see who it curses on America's true birthday, Thanksgiving. But before I rank the best teams in the NFL right now, we've got to go to the healing lights of heaven. I placed the healing lights of heaven around Joe Burrow. Joe has fought valiantly to return to the field this season to try and save a hopeless team that has no hope, that has lost 4 games in a row because they have no hope. But I want this heavenly light to act as bubble wrap for Joe Burrow for the next 15 years.
I'm not gonna ever go to somebody and say, yeah, I'm healthy, but I don't think I should go out there and play. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm not gonna live my life and play this game scared of something happening. Like, yeah, something's gonna happen. It's football.
Also in heaven, the Saints for signing Cade York instead of Justin Tucker. Although you ruined the headline of the century, New Orleans, Justin Tucker is a Saint. In purgatory, I've got the Browns. Yes, they named Shedeur Sanders a starter for a second week in a row. The Browns, though, became the first team in the Super Bowl era to have 5 rookies record at least 40 scrimmage yards in the same game. Sanders had over 200 passing yards through the air. Quinshon Judkins had 47 rushing yards. Undrafted wide receiver Isaiah Bond had 58 yards, 52 on that one deep ball. Dylan Sampson took 1 swing pass, 66 yards to the house. And Harold Fannin continues to be the most underrated rookie, adding 4 grabs for 40 yards. That's just on offense. Their best rookies are undoubtedly their top 2 picks in Mason Graham and Carson Schwerzinger, who's currently the odds-on favorite for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So why are they in purgatory? Well, if only they didn't have a Deshaun Watson-related $130 million cap hit heading into 2026. Also in purgatory, the Raiders offense. Greg Olsen returns as the Raiders OC for a 3rd time. The Greg Olsen that you haven't heard of. In hell, Aaron Donald for making a Make-A-Wish kid who got to work out with him throw up.
There was this kid that was a Make-A-Wish kid. He got to come in and his dream was he wanted to hang out with AD and work out with AD for the day. AD is like, hey man, if you're gonna do it, you're keeping up with me. Like, I ain't like letting you down. And he destroys this kid. He's puking in the trash can.
As Stafford eventually noted, the Make-A-Wish kid was fully healthy. He survived after treatment, but still, Aaron Donald is fucking crazy. And I have no doubt if he were in hell, he'd certainly intimidate the devil.
And he had beaten cancer at this point, and he was like a healthy high school kid at this point. It was awesome.
Now the Chargers, Broncos, Dolphins, and Commanders were all on a bye this week, so they won't be on power rankings. Coming in at number 14, the Ravens. After starting 1-5, the Ravens are now alone atop the AFC North. I want to say this is shocking, but then I'd be lying. They're the Ravens. I mean, come on. Of course, the last 3 teams to make the playoffs after starting 1-5 were the 2020 Commies, the 2018 Colts, and the 2015 Chiefs. All C teams. Huh. The Commanders were the only one of those teams to win their division, but they won the NFC East at a very powerful 7-9. Somehow, the Ravens' defense has climbed from far and away the worst scoring defense in the league to just 19th in the NFL. They allowed 44 points to the Texans back in Week 5 and haven't given up 20 points in a game since. You can credit part of that to Draymond Jones and that trade. He had a sack and a half against the Jets. It must be a massive relief just to get out of Tennessee. If their offense can get back to 80% of what it was last season, I do like them to actually finish and win the division. Lamar Jackson has a toe injury, but Kyle Hamilton has a shot to play in Burrow's return after he injured his ankle Sunday. Number 13, the Eagles. We're 12 weeks in, and I'm finally ready to admit that Saquon Barkley and the Eagles' offensive line just suck at running the football. It pains me to say that because I noted Saquon would take a step back this year and only rush for like 1,500 yards. You've made my correct prediction look fucking dumb, Philly, and I won't forgive you. I think Saquon Barkley actually feels bad for the Giants and is purposely playing like shit so Joe Shane and John Mara don't feel bad about the trade anymore. Saquon's too nice.
What a nice cleansing surprise.
Dan Orlovsky was so shocked by this Saquon metric that he couldn't even wait to go on air to talk about it.
Saquon, who's coming off of a historically great season, Saquon Barkley has as many negative runs this season as Ashton Genty does for the Raiders.
Saquon, in terms of success rate, is channeling his 2023 season with the Giants. Not being able to run is why Philly blew a 21-point lead to Dallas. Dallas, defending the run like a playoff team, really messes with everything I said about this season back in August. So fuck you too, Dallas.
You suck. Dallas rules.
If the Eagles don't fix their run game, and I think they are out of time in that department, they will be unceremoniously bounced from the playoffs. Number 12, the Bills. Josh Allen is getting sacked at an alarming rate on third down this season. It's actually the worst of his career, and that percentage number might be over 15% right now. To me, that points to a systemic problem within the offense and a lack of separation from the Bills receivers, forcing Allen to extend plays like he did against Houston. Also, maybe just run on third down. We've talked about the Bills needing receiving help, right? Like every week. And a guy they might be able to get in free agency is Wan'Dale Robinson. He's having an under-the-radar breakout season for the Giants. His 794 receiving yards is 9th best in the league right now, which is ahead of Jalen Waddle, who they wanted, Stephon Diggs, and of course, Emeka Egbuka.
Emeka Egbuka.
Shut up.
He had a rough start to his career, but Wan'Dale is a free agent unless the Giants offer him a contract before free agency begins. God knows I don't trust the Bills to actually draft a receiver. Coming in at 11, the Texans. CJ Stroud is still in concussion protocol, which might be a little alarming, given he took that hit against Denver almost a month ago at this point. But Houston does insist that he'll be the starter when he returns. Weirdly, I think saying that the job is still his is less of a confident answer than if they said nothing at all and just started him when he's ready. I also don't think concussions help struggling QBs learn to process defenses more quickly and get rid of the ball on time. After the Colts lost to the Chiefs, Houston is suddenly in play for the AFC South again, and conveniently, 2 of their last 6 games are against Indianapolis. As it stands right now, Houston has a 1-3 chance to make the playoffs and an 8% shot to win the division per ESPN. Number 10, the Lions. Yeah, we've talked about Jahmyr Gibbs enough. How about some punter stats instead? Jack Fox has been a weapon for the Lions. He leads the league in punts and percentage of punts downed inside the 10. Plus, he's second on punts inside the 20. Oh, by the way, he hasn't had a single touchback this season either. That kind of feels impossible.
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
Shut up.
I still think this is a better team than their record indicates, but they don't get any easy games in the last 6 weeks of the regular season, save for maybe the Vikings. But at that point, they might have upgraded at quarterback. Detroit is the first team since the 2012 Patriots to have 24 touchdown passes, 15 running touchdowns, and 8 or fewer turnovers through their first 11 games. Jesus Christ, what an incredibly obscure stat. How do they find this shit? Why do they find this shit?
Why do you do that? Why do you do that?
I know Jameis Winston lit the Lions defense up, but 4 of the 5 Lions players that didn't play Sunday were defensive players, including Kirby Joseph and Terrion Arnold. DJ Reed did return, and I think his impact will be felt this week against Green Bay. Number 9, the Colts. Jermaine Pratt has suddenly become a huge in-season pickup for Indy, which is actually completely expected after he was freed from both Cincinnati and Las Vegas over the course of the last few months. Thank God the Titans didn't claim him. Actually, that's rude. I'm sorry, Tennessee. You have a great track record of freeing great players. You saw Pratt and said, hey, buddy, we're not even gonna give you a call. Tremaine Pratt had 20 tackles against Kansas City, 2 of them for losses, plus a pass defended. It wasn't enough, though. The Sauce Gardner trade? Well, Sauce had 7 tackles plus a pass breakup against the Chiefs. If you look at Mahomes' passing chart from that game, it's pretty clear he was avoiding the left side of the field where Sauce was playing. That's a good sign, but also not great that the Colts still allowed 352 passing yards on that trade. My biggest concern for Indy moving forward is actually their offensive line. It was dominating defenses in September and October. In November, it got worked by the Steelers and the Chiefs. Chris Jones dominated them Sunday. They destroyed Atlanta, but in both of Indy's losses, they could not get Jonathan Taylor going, and they lost the battles up front. The more you ask of Daniel Jones, the worse your chances are of winning. Even in the year of Indiana Jones. Blop 8! Sorry, wrong segment, wrong show. Number 8, the Jags and 49ers. What do both of these teams have in common? Yes, they both have started McCorkle Jones at QB, and they both got wins this week while their quarterback threw 3 interceptions. And no, that QB was not Mac Jones. If you can win after tossing 3 picks, it means you're resilient. Or you're playing the Panthers and Cardinals. But I like the word resilient because it makes all 4 teams involved feel good. Christian McCaffrey is good. He's coming off a season, lost to injury, and the 49ers have responded by using him more than any other running back in the NFL. At age 29, he's got 217 carries and 81 receptions. He actually leads the entire league in receptions, ahead of JSN, Puka Nacua, and McBride.
I'm sick and tired of carrying all the weight. The coaches and owners not giving me the shit I need to win.
No, not that McBride. McCaffrey is closing in on an unprecedented second 1,000-yard season after doing it for the first time with the Panthers back in 2019. As for the Jaguars, there's no question that they're winning ugly. I don't think they mind, and I don't think Jags fans mind, considering that they lost 18 of their last 23 games before hiring Liam Cohen as their head coach. Learning to win ugly is actually the first step that happens when you hire a good head coach. Jacoby Myers has been pretty damn good since the Jags traded for him. 155 yards and a touchdown, and he catches the ball. Bold prediction, Brian Thomas Jr. actually looks dangerous again when he returns from injury. Number 7, the fucking Chiefs. The Chiefs lead the NFL in yards gained per drive at 39.5. That's second in the league over the last 5 years, in fact. Of course, the number 1 and number 3 teams in that category, respectively, are the 2021 and 2022 Chiefs. The Chiefs are also planning on getting Isaiah Pacheco back on Thanksgiving against the Cowboys, 4 weeks removed from his MCL sprain against the Commies. They signed Dameon Pierce as well for good measure, and I think the Chiefs desperately need a second option in the backfield after giving Kareem Hunt 30 carries against the Colts. It's insane that the Colts and Chiefs played a 60-plus minute football game, and Kareem Hunt had almost twice as many carries as Jonathan Taylor. That is complete malpractice. Most importantly, now that the Chiefs have a winning record again, I can once again say, go fuck yourself, Kansas City, you flax. Oh, I kind of missed that. Hey, and on Friday at benchwarmershop.com, we have our biggest sale of the year. There's so many things on sale. You just got to check out benchwarmershop.com on Friday. We got the Good Shits coffee, the Good Shits mugs. Those make great Christmas presents, as does the Fuck the Refs coffee. And all of the cursed logos you see here are available in shirt form. So don't forget to check out benchwarmershop.com on Black Friday to save the most money possible. Coming in at 666, the Cowboys? Erasing a 21-0 deficit against the Eagles feels like some real devil magic shit. And your workings with the Dark Lord will be tested on Thanksgiving. Fitting, considering it's a holiday where we celebrate the worst trade in American history. No, not this country. Jerry Jones' first trade of a number 11. After Creed delivered the greatest halftime performance in football history, Scott Stapp and the band was never heard of again. Some say he's been managing Jerry's glory holes ever since.
Smiles and glory holes.
I will actually be a bigger Cowboys fan than Scooter on Thursday. The Dak Prescott, George Pickens combo has been elite this year. The two of them have a passer rating of 134 together, which is 4 points higher than even Sam Darnold and JSN. Get ready to write a massive check this offseason, Jared Jones. And then I'll be very curious to see what we get from George Pickens. Jared Jones, you have actually vindicated yourself. Mostly from the Micah trade. Beat the Chiefs, and I will personally service your next glory hole, Jerry. Dallas has a chance, as Quinnen Williams has been one of the most dominant interior players since he joined the Cowboys. They have jumped from allowing 30 points per game to 18.5 and gone from the third worst team against the run to the second best. Oh my God, is Jerry's plan working? Number 5, the Packers. You won't get to beat up on a rookie QB every week, Green Bay, but the Packers defense is what currently makes them a dangerous team. 2 picks and 5 sacks and 10 QB hits against the Vikings. That's a big performance regardless. If Green Bay holds Jahmyr Gibbs to less than 140 total yards, then you might have the best defense in the NFC. Every loss for Detroit has seen a defense that stopped Jahmyr Gibbs, including the Packers, who held Gibbs to 50 total yards week 1. Don't tell Detroit, but he is the key that unlocks their entire offense.
Shut up.
And I'm really pissed we don't get to see Tucker Kraft versus Sam Laporta in this game. 2 of the best tight ends on earth, and they're both on IR. More healing light to heaven to you guys. Number 4, the Bears. The Bears are one of 2 teams in the last 10 years to have 8 wins through 12 weeks, but also have a negative point differential, joining the 2020 Cleveland Browns. Congratulations, Chicago. You just assured yourself a playoff win and a future trade for Deshaun Watson. Posting a CJ Gardner-Johnson picture before playing the Eagles? Oh, fuck, you just cursed yourself, Chicago. Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon could be back in black Friday. Huh? Seriously, one or both of them might be back for the Bears, and that would be huge for the Bears defense, which will suddenly have too much talent at corner with the emergence of Nashawn Wright. I will say you're lucky, Chicago. You're lucky that Pro Football Focus graded J.J. McCarthy higher than Caleb Williams this week. Yes, the 2 interceptions and no touchdown J.J. McCarthy. Worse than Caleb 3-touchdown Williams. That grade uncurses you. And it confirms that PFF stands for Pro Football Fuckheads.
Is it Mr. Fuckhead, I presume?
Number 3, I've got the Seahawks. Jackson Smith-Njigba is the best wide receiver in the NFL. As you know, he's on pace for 2,000 yards, but he's also the only wide receiver in NFL history to have 75 yards or more in each of a team's first 11 games of the season. That's just remarkable. Remarkable consistency for a team that actually has the second fewest passing attempts in the NFL. Only Baltimore has fewer attempts, and that's a team with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. And like Saquon's 2,000-yard season last year, I hope that if JSN does break 2,000 receiving yards, he does it in 16 games. Who's another Seahawk I should talk about? Oh yeah, Jackson Smith-Njigba, who plays for the Seattle Smith-Njigbas. Number 2, the Patriots. The Patriots are the first 10-win team in the NFL and finally get their bye week. Oh shit, never mind. Everybody plays week 13. Let's go through our Patriots checklist. Drake May in the top right corner of the efficiency charts. Check. Mike Vrabel still knowing what the hell he's doing. Check. Drake May first in every metric. Check. Drake May with at least one jaw-dropping throw this week. Check. AFC East fans watching in horror as the Patriots become deadly again. Check. Coming in at 1.5, Myles Garrett. We're going to see Myles Garrett break the NFL sack record this season unless something terrible happens. The Browns will not be on the power rankings this season.
How rude.
So I thought it was important to note how significant what Garrett is doing. He's probably the best pass rusher I have ever watched, and this is the season I am admitting that he's edging past Von Miller. 18 sacks for Myles, 26 tackles for a loss, and 3 forced fumbles. His 14 sacks in the last 5 games is just unheard of. There are really good edge rushers in the NFL right now that will be lucky to get 14 sacks by the end of the season. Micah Parsons, Nick Bonito, Byron Young, Aiden Hutchinson, to name a few. I give the Browns a lot of shit, but goddammit do I respect the hell out of Myles Garrett. Thank you for being possibly the best ever pass rusher, and to do it for a team that possesses absolutely no threat to any team that I root for.
How rude.
And number 1, the Rams. You're back at number 1, Los Angeles. The Rams are now plus 450 to win the Super Bowl, the highest odds in the NFL, and an underrated reason they've been streaking is because they bought low on a freakishly long former first-round corner in Emmanuel Forbes who didn't allow a reception on 7 targets against the Buccaneers, and the Bucs have some receivers. If you are deemed a draft bust, I recommend you take a team-friendly deal and just sign with the Rams. Sean McVay will revive you. It took about a month before it all clicked, but Forbes has 3 picks in the last 4 games, and he, Kobe Durant, and the brothers Cam have shored up LA's secondary. Another reason they're so good, the Rams currently have the leader in touchdown passes, touchdown receptions, overall receptions among wide receivers, and scoring defense. Fuck, that's pretty good. I'm certainly no expert, but if you have all 4 of those things, I think you're gonna have a shot to win the big game. And now we must spin the wheel that is also cursed.
Ugh, there we go. Look at that. All right.
One spin to rule them all. Benchwarmershop.com. Don't forget the Black Friday sale. It's big. It's massive. It's huge. Curse shirts, coffee, good shits for Christmas. It's a great stocking stuffer. Woo! Ooh, number 9. Who do we got at number 9? Who do we got at number 9? Who do we got at number 9? Lord, who do we got at number 9? Can't remember. Ooh! Oh, not again! I think the curse wheel hates the Colts. What did Shane Steichen do behind closed doors that we're not allowed to know about? The Colts again? The 3rd time? Let's spin. I'm just kidding. We won't spin it again. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. Your subscription is how I don't die. Want me to live? Subscribe to my fucking channel.